for him.
Say what? He went Meta Knight against who?
Against Sir Waffles.
What does Sir Waffles play? Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me.
Apparently, there's a...
Thank you. Thank you, J-Man.
See, apparently the story with him going Meta Knight is that there's a local Mario in Nebraska that he really has a hard read on with Meta Knight, and he just wins that all the time.
Interesting.
But Sir Waffles is a stronger Mario and was able to handle Skillager off main.
I'm pretty sure Sir Waffles is also from Nebraska.
Is he?
I thought he was. Could be wrong.
I don't actually know where Sir Waffles is from. You could be right.
Man, Tails is having to deal with the same situation that he did with MJG. And I guess we're going to restart. Oh, God, I hate custom control so much.
Custom Villager is tactical.
I wasn't talking about custom. I meant like custom controls, like having to put controls in your name, stuff like that. It's such a tedious process.
And that's what people complain about, the logistics of custom movesets. Controls are a bigger problem.
Oh, for sure. It's awful.
Like, if you, like doubles especially, and you spend 3 minutes, 3 people set up their controls, you go to start playing, the fourth's like, oh, I need controls.
Actually, let's talk about this later, because apparently this is a real match now.
Oh.
Anyways, like, yeah, Tails is going to have to deal with the same situation that he did with MJG. It's going to be awful.
I think Sonic can deal with this.
You think so?
Yeah.
So.
Because Hammer Spin is one of the best options to deal with Trip Sapling.
Yeah, but like if you know that move's going to come out, you can just easily shield it and then grab him afterwards or something like that. Or
well, yeah, I mean, Villager's a good character. It's not like an auto win, but
but like it limits your options. That's what it does. Like Sonic, he relies on that good ground game, and then that Sapling's right there, and it just screws with them.
See, I feel like Sonic relies less. I mean, the ground game's good, but he relies more on the low to ground game, and the Sapling doesn't mess with that. Because not even just the hammer spin, he also has stuff like he can space bears over the Sapling.
I suppose, but at the same time, like it's just everything that Sonic could do, Villagers could just shield and then just nair outwards.
I mean, with that logic, Villager's just broken and he beats every character.
He beats Sonic for sure. With the Sapling.
I think Sonic can deal with that very well. And especially because once the Sapling's down, it's stuck there. If Sonic gets some momentum, he just drags Villager away from it.
I guess we'll just have to see what Tails does against this. And see if he changes it up
And the thing that does help Tails here is that with these customs, Villager does sacrifice some legitimate kill power because, you know, the default tree has multiple kill vectors, and this one really doesn't. So if Tails can stretch the stock, which is very feasible, and get a good read.
That's such an amazing air.
That didn't happen, but if it had happened, he could have easily made this a very different story.
Ooh, he's going like. I love how all these players are actually like abusing Sonic's spring. Like they're actually forcing Sonic down below the stage and then trying to dare him afterwards. Like everybody's doing that now.
Yeah, Skillager definitely seems like he knows this matchup.
Seems that way. This was an issue that Tails was actually having against MJG, was that he just couldn't get that kill setup either. Like he would be able to like get in, and he'd be able to get the percent and everything, but when it comes to actually like setting up for a kill, can't do it.
I feel like Kyle's getting impatient. And that's what's cost him most of the second stock. Because with Villager on a ledge, especially, there's kind of like a rhythm to it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
There's times where you can really punish him, and there's times where you can't do anything, and you just kind of watch and react.
That's could have been it. Oh, he was so close though.
I blame the Heat for that.
Are you Johnning for Tails now?
I mean, it wouldn't have won the match for him, but he could have taken that stock.
Right. I'm going to blame the flies for a bad commentary occasionally. Wow.
The flies love it when everyone's sweating and it's 1,000,000 degrees.
Man, what do you think Tails could do in a situation like that in order to actually catch Villager?
Okay, what Tails has to do, he basically... See, when Villager goes to the ledge, it's hard to approach him, but he's limited his own options as much as he's limited yours.
That's true.
So you move as close as you safely can without running into saplings.
Uh-huh.
You shield a lot, spot dodge, short hop, air dodge, whatever is best for the situation. And just wait out the sapling. The sapling's gone. You just walk up, watch the rhythm of the balloons. And if he's re-grabbing the ledge, he's not getting invincibility. And if you get on the right rhythm, you can just down smash that stage spike him.
So, yeah, everything about that was just a result of Tails being a little bit too impatient.
Yeah, but the problem is if you run into a slingshot, or you trip on the sapling or any of that, if you get impatient and you run into it, you get thrown backward. Villager jumps on the stage, replants his sapling, resets his ledge invincibility, and does damage to you all at once.
But if he actually knows that the villagers are going to do a slingshot after the sapling's gone, he could actually just shield it and then grab him and then forward throw. And
if you block a slingshot and the sapling's not there, Villager either lands on stage and you punish with, honestly, up smash out of shield. And if he regrabs ledge, he's just in a horrid situation.
You know, this is all a lot of intricate kind of stuff, and I just wonder if Tails is going to be smart enough to be able to figure that out. If not, he's going to watch this in the future and learn from the commentary that we're doing right now.
Hopefully. But like right there, when he rolled away, that was a big mistake.
Why do you say that?
Because he had Villager on the ledge without a sapling. If he just blocked the balloon explosion, he had Villager trapped.
That's true.
But now he's down 9%, which normally you'd laugh at, but this is Villager. And he's now has a sapling in his way. Villager's having time to get Lloyd Rockets out. And you have to look at everything as a resource on Villager. Like, Lloyd Rockets are a resource. You can only have one out at a time.
Oh, he's actually, like, in right now.
Yeah, that's what you do, but you preferably get it much earlier and faster.
That was so good by Tails.
And yeah, that's such a favorable trade. But Tails is down enough that it's pretty hard.
That's true. Like, at this kind of percent, the trades are just not what you want.
He still has to go for it, because the good news is that the explosive balloon trip, I think he wants to stand just a smidge back from the ledge, so the balloons hit him to the left.
Well, it's good.
See, everyone hates custom Villager. Like, it's frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie.
But it's flawed. There are
holes, and I feel like custom Villager makes the game ridiculously tactical for both players.
That was such a great fair. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that. But it also just makes the game a little bit more interesting as a result. Like, you know, you have to play this game like a completely different way than you would normally do.
Yeah, you cannot play Villager like a normal character. You'll get bodied every time. Like, and the funny thing is that down smash to beat balloons on ledge, Kyle's who I lab that with.
Really?
Yeah.
Not Jungle Chief. That's interesting.
I talked about it with Jungle Chief, but Kyle's who I actually sat down and, did the in-game testing for.
Right.
I mean, Kyle and I play a lot.
Okay.
So my life is playing against Sonic. It's a sad existence.
And Rosalina apparently struggles against Sonic a little bit.
No, I think she wins the matchup.
All right,
but it's close. It's competitive. Sonic can win. It's probably like 55-45.
Okay. Oh, he got the sapling out, so now Tails can't really approach.
And this is part of the one really bad thing design-wise about Villager. When Villager has a large lead, life sucks.
Yeah.
Because the way you have to beat Villager is with a lot of trades and positional traps. But when Villager's up this much, even if you're gaining on each trade, you're moving sufficiently close to the loss that it's in Villager's favor.
It's true, yeah. It's just like any time that Villager has an advantage, it's just a terrible design.
If it's a small advantage, you can force the trades. If it's a big advantage, but that's true in a lot of camp character matchups. When you have a camp character with a good advantage, then a lot of times it's just kind of checkmate. Like, the only characters I really think could bring this back from Tails' position...
Diddy Kong?
Not even him, really. Like, Sheik probably could if you played perfect, because Sheik has the momentum to actually get through this.
Okay.
And Lucario could just get really lucky.
I'm sure you know all about that.
Dr. Pizza played well, and I never...
Good stuff to Skillager.
Yeah, I never had Dr. Pizza that far down.
Oh, God. Sorry about that. Anyways, Tails cannot adapt, and he'll definitely be watching. He lost to 2 villagers. That's kind of a sad day for Tails.
Yeah, and who's on stream next?
I imagine we're going to play the 2 winners semis matches we have here.
Or, I mean, we could finish losers, either Dr. Pizza or I could go on against Jungle Chief. Jungle Chief and I are right here.
Yeah. Wow.
Kevin, you want us to just start playing?
I don't even think Kevin heard you.
Yeah, it's like that was an answer to that question.
There's been a debate in the chat about the whole villager thing. Like, you were actually sparking like some pretty insightful conversation in here. It's pretty